Here we are going to take you through lessons on how you can make conversations with different languages. You're an English speaking person, you can speak to a French speaking person online. You can speak with Swahili, okay, and etc. So it is very simple. These are the two apps I would recommend for you. In most cases, it comes pre-installed in most phones, okay, but in case you don't have, you can just check the Play Store, Google Play Store, and then have it downloaded, okay. So we are going to be trying these two apps so that you see how it works. Once you have it installed, you give it access to operate on your phone normally, and from there you can now be able to use the app. I want to believe that all of us can do that effectively, okay. So first I'm going to because after installing it, you may need to give it access so that you can see the icon bar position in your phone, in the sides of your phone, such a way that you have something like this, the scanning symbol, the sign. You can see the way I'm using it, so you can easily use this scanning symbol for sign so that you translate the messages in every language you want. Let us go into now this is the Hi Translate, okay. So by the time you have it downloaded, and you have it installed, and then you are also supposed to put it on like this before you start seeing the chat bars appearing, or the symptoms, or the signs, sorry, the sign, the chat symbol appearing by the sides of your phone, just like you are seeing this one. So you can now be able to use it in your conversation, okay. So now, assuming you have everything done like this, now let's go straight to the lesson, practically how you can use the app to make conversations. I'm going to go into my WhatsApp now, and I think I have one or two clients that I make conversation with in another language recently. Before I will proceed with that, it is very important that you set your language. From where are you translating it, and where do you want it translated to, okay. So like you are seeing here, I have French to English, or English to French, whosoever way. Once you set it, you can be able to use it as you wish. So assuming I'm putting English to French. Now let's go into my WhatsApp. I have a particular client here. I think this is French. You can see, okay, that's French. So the client actually communicated with me. The first message the client will be dropping is actually making use of voice note. Now this is another thing. In most cases, you might, from my experience, these apps might not be able to help you effectively translate voice note. So once you see a client that is drawing conversation on voice note, you quickly draw the client's attention to speak, or to type whatever the person wants to say. So in text you can translate, in video, in voice, you can also make voice when you make use of the app. I'm going to be showing you as we proceed. So you can also translate pictures, okay. So all these are very possible. Now let me play this. Bonsoir. So if, just like you have listened, the client was making conversation in French using voice notes. So this was the first message I typed, and like I told you, you can see I'm dragging the translator now. I can just put it on the message, the one I typed. This is from me. So I said, please send messages. You can see my response, please send messages. So now the client, now instead of making another voice note, he now send message. This is the message he sent. I just put the scan icon. You can see the translation now. So I was with you, in contact for buying you, for what romanticism and all that. So at times their mode of conversation might not really bring out the message when translated, but in most cases you found out that you can understand effectively what they are saying. Just read through and try as much as possible to comprehend their messages. So once you read, you can also type and what ask. I say, if you, just like you've seen me what I replied, I said, if you want to send us your address, we will arrange to give you their way. So at times, even when you have typed and you have already sent it, when you want to now translate it, you find out that the translate, so but the conversation will go on. Okay, so for example, if I want to say hello now, I've typed the language already, so I can drag the scan icon to hello, and you can see it has translated it to what? To French. That's just like you are seeing it here. So you can now send it. Okay, just like you have seen, the client is even online and is trying to respond to me. So maybe I should wait a little bit and see what he is typing. Okay, now, but this is basically how you can make use of the Hi Translate. It's actually more interesting because you have the charts, the scan icon very close to the sides of your phone. You can always click on it and use whatever you want. Another interesting thing about this app is what you are seeing on top of this round cycle, the global translation. If you click on global translation, it means it will scan all that is currently on your phone and translate it automatically. Okay, so it's taking time, perhaps it's network. So you see, so all you have it translated. What is written in English, it will be translated towards French, and what is written in French will be translated to English, like that. That's how it works. Okay, that's global translation. So you also have photo translation, just like you are seeing. I'm going to click on it now, and then I will try to scan. See, so you can just snap, you click on it, and then you allow it to this is a book. I am trying to snap some pages and translate for you to see. That is from English to what? To French. You can see we have it translated. So you can click on this. There's one icon here that is carrying A. Just click on it and you come down here. So these are some of the things that you have it translate. So you can copy, if you look carefully what you have translated, you can just copy and take it to where. So the English part is there, and then the translated part towards the French is also there. So that's how to use picture. But this I translate sometimes is not very effective when it comes to using pictures. Also, let's go to the second app now, which is the Google Translate. One interesting thing about that Google Translate that I like, it is much effective when you are using pictures and videos, and voice. Okay, I'm going to show you how it works. So unlike the Hi Translate, but the stressing part of it is that you always have to copy between your, you have to copy between the charts and the app. This always has to happen. So I've logged on to the Google Translate now. This is how the platform looks like. Okay, so, and I've also tried to set, are you there? I've also tried to set the translation from English to what? French. You can as well do English to another language. Let's assume here I want to now try English language to Swahili. Okay, you try English language to, so you type just like you have seen me do. Okay, let me go back so that you understand what I am doing. So you just click here. Okay, if you want to switch between the languages, that's when you use this. That's between what is here and what is here. But now you want to change entirely from this French to Swahili. So you click on that French and you see all the languages appear. So, but one simple way to go about it is to come to the search bar and type the language you are interested in. Swahili, okay, it will pop up. So you have seen it. So you can now have to choose the language. Okay, so you can see I now have it from English to what? To Swahili. Now like I've said earlier, you have to always type what you want to say. Okay, now if what you are typing is in English and you want it translated to what? Swahili, so you type in English. And if what you want to type is in Swahili and you want it translate to English, you have to swipe it in between. You have to click on that middle so that you have it arranged in this manner. Are we together? Let me take, for example, I think I have one client that spoke to me currently using Swahili. If I can see him, okay, this is the client. So you can see this conversation you are seeing here is in Swahili. Quickly, before I will proceed to use the Google Translate, or I will copy the message from here, you can also use the iTranslate. Sometimes it works automatically in such a way that it may be able to translate every language, even if it's not set in that language. I'm doing global translation now. You can see. So sometimes the translation may not really make sense. If you notice that, so you have to copy and paste on the Google Translate so that you have exactly what you are looking for. So take, for example, this last comment by the client. I can copy it. Once you highlight it, most of us already know how to do this. You copy from WhatsApp. This is WhatsApp. Then you take it to the Google Translate platform. Now, like I said, I'm using this. I'm bringing this in what? Swahili. So I'm going to be translating from Swahili to English. So I paste it. Okay, assuming I don't understand what the client have said earlier. So once you paste it and you go back, you are going to see the full translation of what the client have said. Okay, you can also even play using the voice here, right? So once you now understand, this client said, okay, I asked that when I arrive, I'm laughing at you so that I can make a plan for my back and needs. So sometimes, like I said, you can see the translation is a little bit at times some of us, even when we chat in English, we make use of some languages that is not properly, like it's just a kind of slogan or slang that we use in our country. So at times English might not be able to this translator might not be able to take into cognizance whatever that you are saying, but it will try its best to make the conversation meaningful to you. So, but if everything should be written as supposed, you understand, the app will do it best in giving you the correct translation. Okay, so with this, I understand that the person said he want to plan, understand, maybe when he arrive wherever he's going, so you plan so that you want to buy my product to work for his back and what he need. Actually, the product is about joint pain, so that's what we are selling to the client. Now you see, I can now reply. How do I reply? Let me click on the type button. So I'm going to clear all this chat from here, right? I'll click on that, and now if I want to type, it means I'll be using English, so I switch in between English and Swahili. Okay, I'll now say okay, no problem. Okay, let me just type no problem. Anytime you are ready, you can talk to me. So assuming this is the reply I want to give the client, can you see that we have it automatically translated towards Swahili? I can just copy this and go back to the client. Okay, I can even tag the last message I want to reply to. Can you see how I have successfully answered this client? And he or she can also type, and the conversation goes on and on. So you see, apart from the normal chat copying and paste using this Google Translate as well, like I said earlier, you can also use video. I keep saying video. You can also use photo, like camera translation. You can also speak, right? Take for example, let me say something and record it. If I click on this record bar, instead of me to type, this Google Translate is having this ability to be able to capture words as you voice it out and translate it to the language. Take for example, I want to say, okay, can you now see that hello, good day to you that I said was captured by the app and as well translated to Swahili, just like I've set it from the app. So this is what I mean by, so you can easily copy from here and then go and drop it for the client. Unfortunate thing is that the voice, the translation is not made in voice, but you can always input in voice. Okay, so one of the things that I now notice with the apps, if it's possible for the translation should be done in voice, such a way that after that you can have it sent to client in voice note, but that I've not seen so far. So but let us make use of the camera as well. I'm going to click on camera now, and I will scan. And one interesting thing, like I've said earlier, with this app, this Google Translate, you can have instant scanning, just like you see I'm trying to watch. So you see the book is written in English actually, and it is now being translated to Swahili. So you can change it. You can see the languages ahead. You can see English to Swahili. That's what we are currently having. So now you can come to this. You see, you have instant scanning. You have also you can scan, like snap the picture. You can also import from your phone what you have already snapped, or maybe a client sent to you. So I'm going to do picture scanning. Let me show you. If you don't want instant, you capture the book very well and then you snap. So once you snap, you hold on for it to scan, and it's going to give you the translation in exact form. Sometimes it might delay because of network, but just hold on. Okay, inaccessible, please try again later. So you can just keep trying. It works. Of course, you can see now we have it. So you select all. So if you look above here, this was information in English, and this is the translation to Swahili. So you can just click on it, go inside. This is English, and if you go below it, you see your translation. So this is how it was written in English. You can see it captures everything, and you have it translated just in a few seconds. This is really interesting, as you can believe. As you can agree with me. So assuming you want to also make use of pictures that you already snapped, or a client snaps some information in picture form and sent to you, so you can just use this option of option of import. So assuming I have a picture snapped on my phone, just like you are seeing, so I can just snap here. Okay, sorry, I'm just picking it. I already have it snapped, so I select. You can see the same information is appearing. Isn't this interesting? You will agree with me that without knowing how to speak in some particular languages, you can now be able to speak using these wonderful apps, that is iTranslate and Google Translate. You can download it from Google Play Store and use them effectively. Of course, all that we have explained might not have captured all you need to know, but with your own initiative, you can now be able to explore and even do better than what I've presented. Our aim, like we always tell people, is to guide you, but once you have the needed information and the needed guidelines, you can always do better than what you've been taught. This is where we are going to stop for this presentation, and with this we believe that you can now make conversations not only with people around your place, that people that can speak your own language, but even if you are a French and you want to sell in an English speaking country, you can effectively communicate with them in their own language even without knowing how to speak. Thank you, and we love you.